Hi, welcome to the Neal's Homestead, and we have been working at processing the onions that we just brought in from the field. When we brought them in here, the wagon was mounted up really high. With all these onions piled here, we basically created a big compost pile. All the warmth and the moisture from all the green tops in there. And if we leave them piled up, they're going to go bad really quickly. So we got them in here last night and we spread them out some. And then today we've come in here and we've started just spreading them all over the place. It's like the work never ends because there's not really an end point till they're all gone. So we came in here and we had garlic spread all over this area. It has pretty well dried at this point, slight bit of moisture yet. So we cut the tops off of it and we bagged all the bags and hung them from the wall over there. That's all elephant garlic. We've got a nailer board going across the wall right there. So I put a bunch of nails in that, and we had these old onion bags. These are designed to hold 10 pounds of onions, but these turned out too small and you can't hardly fit 10 pounds in there. So instead of just putting onions in there, we decided just to use them for garlic storage. So we hung them all up there so they can get plenty of air movement. We will we'll use some of it, and we'll plant most of that back October 1st. So then we laid out some folding tables, and we put some plywood and particle board and stuff on top of those to make a nice big area. And we've pretty much got, this is probably the thickest area that we have in it because it's just a little over one layer thick, but it's mostly one layer across here. From years of growing onions, we've learned that getting them in single layer is the best if you have space. We have had huge amounts of them before, and we had a 1,200 square foot area of concrete covered that we had to pile knee high with onions before. And the problem with that is that even if you have them cured pretty good out in the field, they still hold moisture underneath, and you start losing them under. So you got to work off the edges and spread them as fast as you can. Another helpful thing is to get rid of these green tops. You don't want to trim them too close or they'll start kind of rotting down in there. You want them to go ahead and dry out good and not shrivel up too much. And then that allows you to get all of this moisture out of here so that they're better able to dry quickly, because there's still quite a lot of moisture in these green tops. So it's good to cut it kind of right there where it's going to want to flop over, and that'll let it dry and not really waste any of the onion. So we'll cut them right there. For some reason, my dad would always want to cut them right there, and we would always get after him for it because that's basically going to start rotting down in there and it's going to start drying around. It was just one of those things with my dad. I don't know. So what we like to do is cut this a little bit long at the top so it has space to dry, and then we'll just trim the excess of the roots off. We try not to damage any of the plant, just get rid of some of that root. You can use regular scissors for this. We like to use these spring-loaded shears so that they spring right back. A good sharp pair makes this easy work. So we've got all these spread out here. A lot of these still have tops, but they can get plenty of air. And then we've got some that we're going to sell sooner because just like 3 days, we're going to take our first batch to the auction. And so we're trying to get them cured quickly because if they're a bit drier, if they're green like this, they're harder to peel. If they've gone ahead and dried out, they clean up a lot easier. The loose skin just comes right off. On the trailer, we've pretty much got it down to a single layer, and I'd say we've got 90% of the tops off of these. And then we've just kind of utilized any flat area up off the ground that we could around the barn to get them spread out so that they can get aired. We've also got stacks of crates with single layer onions in them. These will dry pretty quick. They get good airflow. We'll put a fan blowing on them. These will be sold sooner because they're more processed down. We like to keep them up off the ground if we can, because down on the ground they'll start absorbing a little bit of moisture, and they're also perhaps vulnerable to critters. Most things won't mess with onions too much. Insects are your biggest problem. Not very many animals like to just eat an onion. I've also got 4 fans. I've got them off now for the noise, but 4 fans set in here to constantly blow air around the area so that they will dry out quickly and stay cool. So we're trying to take good care of our onions because they're a serious crop for us. So I think that's kind of it for today with the onions. Next week we're going to start processing them and then selling them at the auction. So we'll get the air blowing and we'll let these things dry. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.